Okay, this is a video to explain how to get the water started again if it stops working. It might take a little bit for the water in the well to recharge to a high enough level to be able to work things, but after you've waited a little while, after the water's gone off, or even if you want to try right away, the thing to do is to come down here to the basement, take a look at the base of that big blue tank, which is where the valve that operates the well is located. Okay, so we'll come up here, and what we're going to need to do is just reactivate the pump to the well. So if you come down here, it's a little bit dark, but what you'll see is there's a gauge. That gauge, if we get kind of close, is showing the water pressure all the way down at the bottom, which doesn't really mean anything right now. After the well cuts off, the water pressure just goes to 0. Okay, but what we're going to need is for the needle on that guy to be up above 20. Once the needle's up above 20 psi, then the whole apparatus becomes self-sustaining. Okay, so what we need to do to get it going again is underneath this box is a little switch, a pressure switch that is kind of a safety switch. We just screw it off carefully and take the plastic off. Okay, and you'll notice this little toggle switch right here on the left side. Okay. What that toggle switch does is when the water gets low in the well, it kind of senses that there's not very much water left, and it shuts the power to the pump that's located inside the well off to avoid pumping water from the very bottom of the well, which would pump up a bunch of sediment and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so if we take a look at what happens when I move this toggle switch, you'll see the feet of this switch engage, so those leads will go together and you might see a little spark. And if you're lucky, what will happen is you'll hear bubbles and you'll hear some water running, and what will happen at the same time is, we didn't get a chance to see that in real time, but the pressure immediately jumped up to 20. It immediately jumped up to 20 because we've been waiting for a while to start this guy back up, and if you wait a while, usually it's raring to go. The other thing that happens is once you kind of bring the feet together, it kind of automatically stays together. Okay, what I didn't get a chance to show is that there's a little bit of art involved in how much pressure you involve or how much pressure you use to push this toggle. If you push it too far, then the feet of that switch will disengage again. It'll just kind of click back open, which is fine. You just push it back and then just kind of put just enough pressure to bring the feet together and hold it there long enough for that needle to get above 20. Once it's above 20, now maybe you can see, maybe it's too dark, the needle will slowly start to rise as the water in the tank fills back up and it begins to repressurize. The normal PSI for the tank would be somewhere around 40, in between 40 and 50, usually in the low 40s. Okay, so if it's just normally running, it'll get back up there. But pretty much once it's back up around 25 or 30, you can kind of go back upstairs and start using the well again. Although, you know, if you use a lot of water right away, there's some chance that you'll run out of water again. The switch will get thrown in, you'll have to do the whole thing over again and then wait for a little bit longer. But anyway, that's how it works. Once you're done, you just put this guy back on. The reason is just because there's a lot of electricity going through that switch, and this keeps little bugs and mice and little kids from electrocuting themselves. But then once you've done that, you're good to go. You can see down here this guy's already up to about 30, in between 30 and 40, so it's pressuring back up pretty nicely, which should mean that it's good to go. That's it.